Hi guys, welcome back to another lecture. In this lecture, we are going to do another question that is the MENCO. So let's get started without any delay. Now, see, under this question, what they're asking, calculate the incremental profit or loss per component for the group if division M accept the new suppliers offer and recommend how many components division L should sell to division M if group profits are maximized. This is also a question based upon my transfer pricing as well. Okay, so I already told you this thing that transfer pricing or the ratio analysis is something which is asked in 20 marks for sure. Any one thing. So it's important that you understand different types of transfer pricing scenario that they can ask, and accordingly you start working over it. So next, using the quantities calculated in part A and the current transfer price, calculate the total annual profit of each division and the group as a whole. Last, it's 15 marks portion or 20, but it's still. Discuss the problem which will arise if the transfer price remains unchanged and advise the division on a suitable transfer price of component L. Let me tell you that in exam you don't get 15 marks question but 20 mark. But this question was something different. That's why I have picked up. Okay. So in this there the way you solve it little bit different and which we should know ideally. So let's get started. Now a manufacturing company Menco has two division, division L and division M. M Okay, both division make a single standardized product. Division L makes component L, which is supplied to both division M and external customer. Okay. Division M makes product M using one unit of component L and other materials. It then sells the completed product M to sell external customer. To date, Division M has always brought component L from Division L. Now, following information is given to you about L and M. You can see selling price, static material, component L, other, direct labor, variable overhead, selling and distribution cost. Contribution per unit before fixed cost, annual external demand, capacity of plant. Now, Division L charges the same price for component L to both Division M and external customer. However, it does not incur the selling and distribution costs when transferring internally. Division M has just been approached by a new supplier who has offered to supply it with component L for $37 per unit. Okay. Prior to this offer, the cheaper price which Division M could have brought the Division L for from outside the group was $42 per unit. It is head office policy to let the division operate autonomously without interference at all. So let's look after it how I can do it. First of all, I'm gonna do the formatting little bit now. Part A, first of all, I am supposed to do in which they have clearly asked me calculate the incremental profit or loss part, right? Max to maximize the group profit. That is what they're asking me. How can I tell you that? If you look after it properly, it is written that my division L has enough capacity to supply both division M as well as its external customer with component L. You can say my capacity of plant 1 lakh 20,000, 1 lakh 60,000. Correct. And external demand. Matlab, and capacity is 130 and 3 lakh. And who is providing? My division L, if you look after my division L, 160 plus 120. It's 280, but they have a capacity of 3 lakh. So somehow they have enough, right? Therefore, incremental cost of division by buying externally is will be high, isn't it? So you can write it down that division L has enough capacity, correct, to supply both its division M and external customers. It can supply to both with component L, correct. Therefore, incremental. Okay. Cost of division M buying externally would be how much? Now I need to again. I will tell you one thing, always remember the way you write matters a lot. The way you want to present your answer. Because ultimately, if I am an examiner, trust me, I want my students to give me copy in a manner that I can understand. If I am trying to look after the presentation part and all, the impression will be bad. Correct? So always make sure that the impression of the exam, and not just imagine one thing. If a examiner is, let's suppose, had a fight with his wife and then he's checking a copy, then trust, so don't make him or her more angry. You can do the vice versa part. I always say this thing, keep yourself in the shoe of an examiner. Because trust me, even when a student asks me to evaluate their answer, I always say that please give it in a manner that we can understand from. Now, up how we can do it? I need to calculate the cost per unit of component L. When we are buying from externally, how much we are paying? It's clearly written $37, and see it's written division M has been just purchased, has been approached by a new supplier who is offered to supply it with component L for $37 per unit. Prior to this offer, the cheapest price which division M could have brought component L from outside was 42. That doesn't matter here. Right now, he can brought from 37. Correct? Okay, so I can write it down that cost of buying. You can even write it down here itself because you need to write theoretically only. So I can get, what can I write it down? The cost of buying. What is your buying? Component L from external supplier. How much will it be? $37, whereas for division L, making component will be how much? You can see that we are making it at 12 plus 6 plus 2. 20. Why I am not including your selling and distribution cost? Now tell me one thing, when you're transferring internally, are you going to incur the selling and distribution cost? Definitely not. So why do you want it to include it? You should not include it. Got it? So therefore, incremental cost per unit will be how much? $17. 37 minus 20. So now up just think from the point of your group profit. How many units will be there? 1,20,000 or 1,20,000 into 17. So my profit is going to be reduced. Correct? So somehow. So I can say that this is my, I am writing it as a theory only properly. Up how I can write it down from the group point of view. Group point of view means as the organization whole. The most profitable course of action would be what? To transfer the goods internally, which would increase group profit by dollar Correct? This much will be my profit increased. When my profit will be increased this much, so that's what you will be doing. Now, part B. What they're asking in part B. Just for 6 marks, using the quantities calculated in A, and the current transfer price, calculate the total annual profit of each division as a whole. Okay. Let's calculate the profit for divisions. Now, I am given with the two division L and division M. Let's calculate the profit part. Okay. How can I calculate the profit part? First of all, from external sales, revenue from external sales and internal sales. How much will be the external sales? External sales will be my 1,60,000 into how much you are charging from your customer, 40. And for internal sales, it will be 1,20,000 into, you will be just multiplying your up. See, when you're transferring it in externally, you are earning a profit of 20. Matlab, but when you're selling it externally, how much you are earning? Matlab, see, you need to understand. Or what you can do now. See, you can calculate directly contribution. Up, if you look after it directly, you calculate the contribution. How much contribution you will be earning when you're selling to external customer? Simple, $16 given to you directly. And for internal, it will be 1,20,000. How much you will be earning? 20. Why 20? $4 selling and distribution cost is getting saved, isn't it? Even though internally transferred is more expensive, that we will see later on. That's not considering. It is my total contribution. Now, what I will do, I will subtract my fixed cost. How much fixed cost is given to you? See, 5 lakh given to you. You got your profit. Now, you will be calculating for division M. Under division M, what you will be doing? You are going to take into consideration few things. The first thing that you will be considering is your obviously contribution. How much is your contribution? 1,20,000 unit and 26 is your contribution. Correct. Less fixed cost. How much is given to you? 2 lakh. And this is what your profit. Now, what is your total profit for division both? That what they have asked me. 73 lakh 80,000. I am done. Simple calculation. Now, the last part discuss the problem which will arise if transfer price remain unchanged. Definitely, if transfer price is going to remain 40, 100% there will be a problem. Now let's discuss that. 6 marks. I think this much enough space will be. So tell me one thing now, for don't you think so the current transfer price of 40 will be very high? Because you need to understand that external supplier earlier was charging 42, that was fine. But now you are receiving an offer of 37. And there are high chances that division M might choose the external supplier because no division manager wants that their profit to be deteriorated. And even you can look after it, this problem can be fixed because selling and distribution is a variable cost of $4. Even if they reduce this, so my transfer price will be reduced to $36. So still this will be beneficial for your division M by $1. So this is what we can write. Let's write it down. The current transfer price. Okay. What is your current transfer price of $40? Correct. Per unit, which is too high. If you look after currently, it's too high. Correct. This wasn't issue before because outside supplier charged $42. Correct. But now division M has a $37 offer from an external supplier. Correct. If division M chooses the cheaper external option, it could hurt whom? The overall company's profit, right? And leave division M. It would have leave the division M, leave division L, sorry, with unused capacity. Capacity will be high because it's still your external capacity is 3 lakh. Still, even if you offer a transfer, your 20,000 external is still left, right? Now we can say that to fix this, what company can do? Division L should lower the transfer price by how much? Because selling internally doesn't include what doesn't it include? Extra cost like shipping and distribution, which will save how much? $4 per unit. So it could lower the price to $36 and still earn the same profit as external customers, right? So this would benefit division M by saving $1 per unit comparing from outside supplier. Because see, in this question, if you read your required part carefully, they are asking two things, not one. One is discuss the problem which will arise if the transfer price remains unchanged. Okay, and advise the division on a suitable alternative transfer price per component. So that is what I'm explaining them, right? or you can say that a transfer price of $37 will would also be acceptable. Yes or no? To division M, since it matches the outside offer. So this is how you can write this theoretical answer. See, in this answers, you need to think about 2 points. First, what they're asking, and the second thing is you can't just discuss the general point. You have to, if you wanted to really score good marks in theory, please ensure that yes, you are making sure to taking care about, including not just the normal points, but on time, like what the point you should discuss. So those things you are particularly properly adding in the value. So that is what moreover about this question. I hope you have understood it. Thank you so much for watching.